I guess I'll start this first video by kind of introducing everybody. I'm Brittany, and this is my husband James, and this is our daughter Brinley, and our son Cody. I thought it might be fun to kind of share with my family and friends, as well as anyone else who wants to watch, kind of our life, because we've got a lot going on right now and a lot planned for our little ranchette. You can hear it's about dinner time around here. So let me introduce you to the animals. Let's see here. Down here, or up there, we have Crystal, also known as Goat. She is a mini Nubian. Down here we have Jigsaw Puzzle, or Puzzy. She is a Nigerian dwarf. This handsome fella over here is my daughter's horse. That's Custer. He, we think, is right around 23. We know he's over 20, but we don't know exactly how old he is. This handsome man here, who is very impatiently awaiting his food, is Dallas, and he is, I think, 25 now. He might be 26, but I'm pretty sure he's 25. He gets very impatient. That's my baby. I've had him since high school. This hungry lady over here is Elsa, and this is Sky. Sky belongs to my son. Well, the whole family's Sky. But this is Elsa. This is one of my daughter's 4-H pigs this year. She's been a lot of fun, but she won't be with us much longer. After October 15th, we will be, or on October 15th, we will be saying goodbye to her. She's been a good girl, but she has other places to go. Hello, how are you, sir? This is Jasper. He is also a mini Nubian. He is our intact buck that we will be breeding to Crystal this year for the first time. He's my pretty boy, aren't you? Yes. And then here's our new little fella. This is Cowboy, or his registered name is Royal Cowboy. He is a Nigerian dwarf buck. We lost a buck earlier this year, and he's kind of the replacement to that one. So we haven't quite decided. Oh, hello, Jasper. You can tell who the attention hog is. It's also about dinner time. So everyone wants their dinner. But this cute little guy over here will be eventually breeding Puzzle. And then if we come over here, we've got our flock of chickens that my daughter has shown in the past. And we have a couple of ducks who my daughter wants to show next year. But yeah, all of our pretty chickens, big and small. Yes, hello guys. Hi boys. So these are our chickens. We also have the ducks up there. We need to go through and clean out their waters today and make sure that everybody's clean. We do have some molting going on, so you can see the feathers on the crown. We do have 3 roosters. That's Peck, Cody, and Frack. We have 30 chickens and we have 5 ducks. We will have to cull a few because I do not need to have this many roosters and so many drakes. We have 3 drakes on the ranch, so we will have to cull a few of those. But these are our chickens. We do let them out. We try to let them out at least once a week or more to go out and forage because they've killed most of what's in their pen. But unlike some other places, I do keep my animals penned most of the time, letting them out in rotations because I don't like having chicken poop and duck poop all over the place. Thank you, Cody. You've given me kisses, sweet boy.
Yeah.
But we do keep 30 chickens at the moment. and I just don't like having the feces all over the place, so we do keep them penned up and let them out in a rotation. So sometimes we'll let the girls out, the girl goats, sometimes we'll let the boy goats out, sometimes we'll let the pigs out, and other times we will let the chickens out. Speaking of which, it is time to go clean their bowls. So one thing I kind of hope to share here on this channel, and has become a huge part of our life over the last 3 years. We started small and have grown considerably, and I'm sure there are others of you out there that are looking at starting something like this and starting small where we did and maybe ending up where we are or even further along. And at some point I know we'll probably be bigger, but at this point I think to get any bigger than we are, we may need more land. We'll just have to kind of wait and see how it all plays out. But we started with 4-H. We moved out to the country and away from the city, bought a little piece of land that's about 1.3 acres, so a little less than 1.5 acres. When we moved out here, we had 1 dog and 1 horse and a rat. And shortly thereafter, we acquired 5 chickens. And 3 years ago, my daughter showed the chickens. She was given a rabbit for her birthday, but she's never shown it. We do a lot of 4-H. So she's not old enough to be in FFA yet. So right now it's just 4-H. And her first year she showed chicken and had a great time and sold 1 of her chickens. So what we do is we actually buy chickens at the beginning of the year and we sell them, or we plan to sell them, so that we're not attached to them like we might be some of the animals we might keep around the little ranchette that we have. So when we get an animal, we know that it is for food or for selling for profit, so that my daughter can use the money that she earns off of those animals when she sells them at the 4-H shows to buy her animals the next year. So that year she sold a chicken, and with that money she earned by selling that chicken, the next year she bought a lamb and 2 dairy goats. That's Crystal, or no, sorry, she bought Puzzle and a little boy named Patch, who we happened to lose earlier this year. And I purchased a goat named Jasper, and you met him. And I also acquired from my work a bottle baby named Crystal. And this year my daughter has decided that she added on to that. She showed 2 dairy goats, 4 chickens, her horse, which she also purchased this year. She showed 2 pigs. Let's see, 4 chickens, 2 goats, 2 pigs, and the horse. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, and the lamb. Sorry, she's out here. She just joined me. She also showed another lamb this year that she had purchased this year from last year's sell of her lamb and a chicken. And so this year she was able to sell her lamb and a pig, and the lamb was gifted back to us. So we decided that along with breeding our 2 female goats, the Nigerian dwarf and the mini Nubian, we would also breed her lamb and see how that goes, so that maybe we don't have to buy a lamb next year, which means she would only need to buy her pigs if she sells or shows the same animals this year. We're still trying to work all of that out, but we have been spending this week kind of gathering supplies, going through our 4-H supplies and putting things together. So I thought maybe I'd show you a little bit of that. So since Brinley decided to come out, I figured she could tell you what is all in our first aid kit so far. Not only just for births around the ranchette this coming winter and spring, with the lamb and the baby and the goats, but also some things that we kind of keep on hand for emergencies with the goats and the lambs. This isn't the full kit. This is just some things we've been organizing so that we're ready for birthing season and any emergencies that maybe might pop up. So go ahead and tell them what's in the kit.
So I'll start on this side first. We have a small bottle of oil. We can use this with some vegetable oil or with some baking soda. When the goats or sheep bloat, we can kind of make it a paste.
Well, we wouldn't want to make that a paste. So what we would do is we would use this drenching gun here, and we put the oil in that, and we give them that, and then we keep them on baking soda, free feed, so they can have the baking soda whenever they want, and that helps cut down on bloat. That's actually how we lost Patch earlier this year, was to bloat. So that's why we have the drenching gun and the vegetable oil, and have been keeping them on that
baking
free feeding
soda.
of baking soda.
And then we also have a package of gloves, which just kind of sits here, and that will help us for birthing when we need it, but it can also help coming in handy when keeping our hands clean while we possibly drench. And then we have our drench gun, which is a 50 mil. Don't know why I had to say that, but
it's just a small one. We've got ivermectin for deworming, and we're working on getting the rest of our medications together. There's more than that. That's usually for the horses, but we can also deworm the goats and the rabbit and everything with that.
And then we have our thermometer. We have a separate thermometer for the animals than us humans.
That gets used on goats and horses, whether they're sick or whether we're keeping track of birthing. That's just for the animals in general.
And then just in case we need it for shots, because we will have to give CD&T to the goats before they birth. So just a 3 mil syringe. And then we have some OB gloves.
Just in case we need to do something more. I went to school and have a degree in veterinary technology, and I've worked with the veterinarians for roughly 6 years total. So I know a little bit about emergencies with animals and farm animals. Both places I've worked have been mixed animal, so small animal and large animal. And OB gloves are always nice to have around if you know what to do. If you don't know what to do, please just go to your vet. Don't try and do something you don't know how to do, but I do have some experience with this being a vet tech, and so we do keep the OB gloves on hand.
So they're elbow length or shoulder length?
They should go up to the shoulder.
Okay. And then we have some Vetericyn, which I lost the cap to it.
I have to buy some new ones, unless you can find the cap.
And this kind of just helps with any wounds or skincare. So one time my pig rubbed her skin raw at a show, and we put some Vetericyn on, and it healed up within a day. So it's kind of just...
It's kind of an antibiotic, and it helps with keeping wounds healthy until they heal.
And then we have some iodine for
umbilical cords with the babies.
And then we have some Caro corn syrup.
Caro syrup. So we use this because when babies are born, sometimes they're a little lethargic, and usually that is due to a low blood sugar. So a little bit of Caro syrup really goes a long way. It's kind of like with diabetes. If you are low blood sugar, you have a little bit of sugar, it brings up your blood sugar and you perk up a little bit. So that helps get the baby started.
And then we also, the last thing that we have in this particular bin is some lubricating jelly. It's to go on thermometers to help it slide in easier, or to go on the OB gloves.
This is Brinley's show bin. She's been going through it today. We just put the vet box back in here, but these are all of her various shampoos and polishes and things for her animals, for the pigs and the lambs and the goats. We've got brushes, fly traps. She's working on reorganizing this right now. We have another bin like this that we keep some of the lamb and pig feed in while we're getting bigger bins for them. But this is going to be kind of her show box. She's going to go through and finish organizing it. And as we go through each animal next year, we'll show you what we use and how we use it and give you some reasons why. But yeah, that's what she's working on right now. Now that we're done with all the animals, this is her job, is making sure all of her show stuff that we have left over from this year is in the box, organized, and ready for next year.